Hi, my name is Gabriella Angelis, and I am from Glad Tidings, Ocoee, Florida. And my verses are in Matthew 11:28, Luke 6:48, 1 John 2:16, and Philippians 1:6. Hello guys, so I first want to start off with a little bit about me. So I grew up in the church, and a few months ago I recently rededicated my life to God, and it was just an amazing, fulfilling experience that I was searching for my entire life. I finally found a routine that really got me closer to God, and every day after that I started reading my Bible and praying, and God really revealed to me so many things that I've just been wanting to know. A few weeks later though, I started to feel my fire for God slow down a little bit. And I started to be impatient with his timing because I didn't really see anything happening. So I started to question him and even my future. But in the midst of my confusion, God told me to stand firm. Through hardships, as humans, our first instinct is to just run at the problem at hand. But in Matthew 11:28, it says, "Come to me, all who are tired, from carrying heavy loads, and I will give you rest. Place my yoke over your shoulders and learn from me, because I am gentle and humble. Then you will find rest in yourself, because my yoke is easy and my burden is light." So how can we stand firm? First, you need to identify what your focus is on. If our focus is on everything but God, it'll cause us to stumble. In 1 John 2:16, it says, "For everything in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, does not come from God, but from the world." So this verse kind of reminds me of the 3 little pigs. Everyone knows that story. So the first little piggy built his house out of straw. The second one built his house out of sticks. And as we know it, the third pig built his house out of bricks, but for this story, he built his house out of stone. In 1 Peter 2:5, it refers to us as the living stone. So when the big bad wolf came and blew the other 2 houses down, the only one standing was the one built on the cornerstone.
That's great.
In Luke 6:48, it refers to us as a man building a house who dug deep and laid the foundation on the rock. And when the steam broke against that house, it could not be shaken. So when our focus is on God, our foundation will never be shaken because it's built on a firm foundation. So when we find ourselves not focusing on God, he's going to do everything that we can allow ourselves to receive to lead us in the direction that he wants for us. And he wants us to receive the promise. But if we're not ready, he'll delay our promise. And that's not because we'll miss it, or that's not because he wants to hold it back for him. It's most likely to protect us.
That's great.
So, delay does not mean dismissal. In Philippians 1:6, it says, "I am convinced that God, who began this good work in you, will carry it through to completion on the day of Christ." So when God delays something for you, it's to protect you. And sometimes when we're too focused on what God has for us in the future, we forget what he has for us right now. So why do we leave the moment we don't see God doing anything? God already told you it was going to happen, so why are we even questioning it? The fact is we abandon God because we are too impatient for the promise he's called out for us. And I think God knew from the beginning that we couldn't do this life alone. So he gave us the Bible. This book is full of knowledge and direction for the battle that we call life. And the thing is, how will we ever be prepared if we never open it? So again, we all have struggles opening our Bible. I know I still do. But we need to remember we're human, and God's love will never change because of that fact. So in the midst of struggle, God is still waiting for us with open arms. And in 2 Peter 3:9, the Lord is not slow concerning his promise. As some count as slowness, he is patient with us because he does not want any to perish. So if you take anything out of my message, remember, in seasons of waiting, stand firm.
Yeah.
And God will show his faithfulness towards you.
Come on.
God wants us to go to him when we're broken, when we don't think that we can do it alone, because we can't. And he needs to be our first resort, not our last.
Yeah.
So this is the question. Are you standing firm? Thank you.